your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Wilkes.
And I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for being with us. Topping our news at this hour, breaking news in the Orlando area. Authorities say the body of the 2-year-old boy who was pulled into the water by an alligator at a Disney World resort has now been recovered.
Earlier this afternoon, the Orange County Sheriff's Office dive team located the remains that they believe are the child. The Sheriff's Office says the child's body was found intact and has been turned over to the Orange County Medical Examiner's Office for an autopsy. 2-year-old Lane Graves was visiting Disney World from Nebraska with his parents, Matt and Melissa Graves. The boy was playing in a few inches of water on a beach at the Grand Floridian Resort last night when he was grabbed by a gator. The father, just feet away, leapt to his son's rescue but could not free the child before the gator swam away. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission says that it will continue to investigate how this happened.
So although we have some sort of closure to this, our investigation is still ongoing, and we're going to continue to evaluate the evidence we have, and we're going to try to continue searching. We're going to make certain that we have the alligator that was involved and that we remove it from the lake.
Several gators have already been pulled from the water. The animals will be euthanized and then analyzed.
Here in the Suncoast, there are likely hundreds of alligators in ponds and lakes across the area. While many locals know to watch out for these reptiles, visitors may not realize the dangers lurking in bodies of fresh water. ABC 7's Rick Adams joins us now with more on what people are saying about this recent gator attack.
Yes, Scott, people here on the Suncoast are in shock over what happened. They say something like this could happen to anybody at any time. It's an unimaginable tragedy. A 2-year-old boy snatched away by an alligator while wading in a lagoon near a Disney Resort hotel. This is the reality that gators are all around us, maybe millions of them in Florida. Bradenton resident Tim Bach recently snapped photos of a gator walking right by his home, heading to a nearby pond. He tells us he's in disbelief over what happened in Orlando Tuesday night.
That was awful. I mean, I just can't imagine, having my child taken away like that right in front of me.
Cindy Frick lives in a development where her house is on the pond. She's always extra careful when she walks in the vicinity of the pond, especially with her 2 dogs.
You don't take out your animals at night. You definitely do not let your children play around the pond unsupervised.
Whenever you're near a body of water like this, it's important to never get too close and to always be aware of your surroundings. It could be the difference between life and death. Damon Hurd, Vice President of Wildlife Inc. at Mixon Fruit Farms, says we all can learn from a tragedy like this, especially since gators are so active this time of year.
Unless it's a designated swimming area, don't go in the water. Any freshwater source in Florida potentially has alligators in it. Even some of the protected ones, the springs and things like that, can have alligators slip in.
And many people we talked with hope Disney will put up alligator signs in addition to the no swimming signs they already have there. Back to you.
Thank you, Rick. That surely would be helpful, and I'm sure they'll be informing their guests as well about the danger of gators in the area.
We'll see some changes, yeah. All right, let's get a check on our weather right now with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob?
Well, it has been over the last few days very warm, and that's a result of that westerly wind flow. We still have it today. The heat index up near 100 degrees. It's 90 right now, and it looks like this isn't going to go away anytime soon. The very warm overnight lows, too, into the low 80s for the most part near the coast as a result of that westerly flow. The humidity at 57%, the pressure at 30.03 inches. That's high, and that continues to hold steady for the most part. Isolated showers only we can find in the radar this afternoon in inland areas mainly. You can see the activity into Polk County, stretching down southward. Just 1 or 2 lone showers now into DeSoto County and one into portions of Hardin County, and out in the Gulf of Mexico there's a few spotty showers out there, but not a lot of activity to ruin your evening. We're going to see generally fair conditions, I think, overnight. There's a chance we get this westerly flow to see some coastal showers developing overnight and into the early morning hours, so that could be a factor tomorrow. We're watching a couple of tropical systems, this one down to our south in the Caribbean, and one, interestingly enough, coming off the Carolina coast. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. A Palmetto soldier who was killed during a training exercise in Texas will be laid to rest this weekend. U.S. Army Private Class Zachary Nathaniel Fuller died in early June. He was one of the 9 Fort Hood soldiers who was killed during a training exercise while flooding was happening in Texas. Their vehicle overturned when they tried to cross a flooded creek. Tomorrow, members of AMVETS Post 301 in Ellenton and the Manatee County Sheriff's Office will escort Fuller's family to Tampa International Airport to receive his body. Afterward, the procession will go to Westside Funeral Home in Bradenton. A visitation will be held Friday from 5 to 8 p.m. A funeral service will be held at Bible Baptist Church in Palmetto Saturday at 1 p.m.
Sarasota County Jail is in desperate need of repairs. According to a presentation made to Sarasota County commissioners, almost $5.5 million is needed for maintenance concerns. Among them, $1.2 million to replace the building's 41-year-old cooling and heating system. Sheriff's officials say since portions of the building were constructed in the 1970s, a new facility may be a better way and a better use of tax dollars.
The design of the West Jail is so outdated that we're concerned about that. And then we have to ask the decision makers, how much more money do you want to spend in an outdated facility?
Hey. Now, county officials say safety and security are their top concerns, and they are not currently working on options to address those maintenance problems.
A follow-up now on a settlement involving the Manatee County School District and Bob Gagnon. The board voted unanimously last night to approve a settlement and end litigation involving Bob Gagnon. The former principal and assistant superintendent will receive $400,000. Gagnon was originally seeking $5 million. The case stems from Gagnon's dismissal from the district during the Rod Frazier child abuse case. The school board also deciding to move forward with plans to try to renew the half-cent sales tax. The board is requesting the Manatee County Commission put the proposal on the November ballot. The tax will help fund local schools. If approved, a citizens oversight committee will be created to make sure the money is spent on specific projects. The sales tax brings in $30 million a year for the school district.
South Florida Museum in Bradenton is getting closer to its fundraising goal for a major expansion. The museum has raised about 95% of its $12 million goal to reinvent the facility and make it a museum of the future. Museum officials want to add a new children's wing called the Mosaic Background Experience, to add new exhibitions and programs, a new cafe, and expand the parking. The museum hopes the new learning center and programs will invite more young guests and teach them about our environment and nature.
They're going to learn about rocks and land and water and air and life in a backyard setting that will be all inquiry based. So it won't be interpreted for them, but they'll have facilitators in there.
Snooty's home and the Manatee Rehabilitation Center will also see an upgrade. The museum is hoping to break ground next June on this big project. Exciting.
Yeah.
So the coming Your Suncoast News, 46 parrots with no place to go. A bird sanctuary on the Suncoast trying to find homes for the birds being sent over from Orlando. We'll tell you how you can help.
And ABC 7 Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your full weather forecast and what you can expect for the upcoming weekend. Plus, later in Health Smart, a new weight loss device, how it helps people lose weight right after they eat. And it's quite interesting. That's in Health Smart.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com, AndServices.com.
If you have a suspicion for harboring prostate cancer, we have a way of diagnosing by using an exquisite instrument called three-dimensional color flow power Doppler ultrasound. Using this system, we can identify abnormalities within the prostate that you could otherwise never detect. The Dotoli Cancer Center is the only center in the southeastern United States which has this technology. If you have prostate cancer, we will find it.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried, Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
The home at 14 Green Street. The showing. The butterflies. The papers. The crunching of numbers. The offer, the counter, the poker face, the impasse. Finding the happy place. The compromise. The closing of loopholes, the ironing of wrinkles, the signing, the shake, no, the hug. The sign of a RE/MAX agent.
The ability to go to college on a Bright Future Scholarship gave me personally the flexibility to chase a dream. To not have to worry about paying for your college education was absolutely amazing. One step better than that was to leave with no loans. I mean, to start a life, to start a job, to start without having a debt was amazing, and it allowed me to get to where I'm at today.
Pomero Shop Furniture. After 66 years in Sarasota, we're still the leader in hard-to-find and custom-made furniture. We have literally thousands of fabrics and patterns to choose from, and our free in-home design consultation will help you create rooms in your home specific to your unique style. Our inventory changes daily, so come in today to see what's new. Plus, anything in our showroom can be part of your home the very next day. Pomero Shop Furniture, now with 3 locations.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Dozens of parrots from Central Florida will soon be looking for new homes right here on the Suncoast.
The Birds of Paradise Sanctuary and Rescue in Bradenton is working with Patty's Parrot Palace in Orlando to find new homes for 46 parrots. The rescue in Orlando, where the birds are currently housed, will close within the next 45 days. All of these birds were raised by breeders. It may be difficult to find them new homes.
Most of the larger birds are adoptable, but we find that the larger birds are harder to adopt than the smaller ones because people just don't have the room or the time or the facility to care for them.
The Birds of Paradise Sanctuary says it needs financial donations for vet care and food while working to place these birds. If you're interested in donating or adopting, you can contact the Birds of Paradise.
Follow up now on how the Northport Police Department is spreading some birthday cheer. Last weekend, officers received a Batman invitation to an 8-year-old boy's birthday party. The boy's mother, Carolyn Nicastro, was worried that no one would come to Daniel's party because he's autistic and has a hard time making friends. Well, some officers decided to surprise Daniel and show up at McKibben Park.
Apparently, no one would attend his birthday party. And I don't think we found out about that until we got there. I guess we expected more kids to be there, and when we found that he was the only one there, it's kind of surprising to us.
Well, the police department is now planning to hold another birthday bash on Sunday, July 3rd. They are still trying to nail down a venue for the party, but they say all families are welcomed to attend. Isn't that a nice thing?
Yeah.
That is, and I hope maybe more families who were in the same situation will be able to attend that and celebrate together.
Absolutely, absolutely. Look, great news there, and you know what? Our bird's back too, so some good news for bird lovers. We have a shot again of, looks like Sunny eating some fish this afternoon. I think Sunny may be doing some fishing. I'm not sure, but I saw Mom there too, so I don't know if
she just delivered that one.
She delivered that one. Yeah, we got to get Sunny working there a little bit better, I think. We have a beautiful day today. I was out in the water doing some fishing. Speaking of that, caught some pretty big trout and a pompano, and the weather was nice. It was a little bit on the west wind, keeping us a little bit cooler out there than normal. Normally the wind doesn't really start picking up out of the west until the afternoon once the sea breeze develops. And you can see that west wind kind of pushed everything well inland throughout the day today. Lakewood Ranch webcam showing that action, just a few showers well inland. Now we do have some changes coming our way. We've had a couple of dry days, relatively speaking, and now a trough of low pressure will drop southward by Friday and then especially on Saturday. And Saturday appears to be the wettest of the next several days with a lot of shower and thunderstorm activity to move in, I think, on Saturday. Right now, just 1 or 2 lone showers along the east coast. Not much to show you here at all. Normally with the easterly flow like we normally see during the morning hours, it cools us off, gets us into the low to mid 70s. And then we see that west breeze kind of butt up against that east wind and the showers and storms developing, eventually breaking down that sea breeze and bringing us those storms in the afternoon and evening. But that's not the case. Some activity south of Lake Okeechobee. It's hot too. Temperatures stay warm when you don't get the cooling showers and the clouds associated with those. Right now it feels like 98 degrees and the pressure pressure 30.03 inches, which is relatively high, and it's been holding fairly steady. 94 in Jacksonville, 90 in Orlando. Tallahassee cooling off as a result of some showers. Last couple of days they were at 100 degrees or even slightly above that a couple of days ago. 89 degrees now in Miami and 86 in Key West. Around town, temperatures at 93 in Sebring, Lake Placid at 94. No benefits of the sea breeze there, but a different story. 10 degrees cooler in Cortez and in Braden Beach, 90 now in Arcadia. Well, the RPM forecast model not showing a lot of activity again tomorrow, staying relatively dry. It's because of some dry air in place at around 30,000 feet above us. And when that happens, it really kind of suppresses most of the activity. Here comes the trough, though. Thursday morning, it'll be over North Florida. Some big storms there, but not for us. We may see 1 or 2 lone showers in this kind of west to southwesterly wind pattern. We do get a land breeze during the nighttime hours where the winds start to come off from the land toward the Gulf of Mexico. With a west wind, there's always a chance for an isolated shower right near the coast. We've seen that over the past couple of mornings. And then in the afternoon, there'll be some storms, yes, in the interior portion of the state, but not many. And then that will push on to the east. And then again on Friday, there's a chance for some coastal showers in the morning. And even into the north of us with that trough of low pressure coming down, a better chance for some showers and storms on Friday. But as I mentioned, Saturday will be the day that we'll see, I think, a little bit more activity across the region. As far as the satellite imagery and radar picture goes, the biggest storm now into parts of Indiana and now spreading into Kentucky this afternoon. Severe weather warnings and watches in effect for this area, and a tornado watch in effect for parts of Wisconsin tonight. And that's typically what happens as the jet stream kind of shifts off to the north. Tornado watch there until 9 o'clock. So that's where the action will be tonight. As far as our forecast is concerned, we're going to take a look at the tropics real quick. We're watching this low pressure area push to the west, but should not be a big factor as it continues to move in that direction. But some models are indicating we may see something develop off the Carolina coast and actually move to the southwest. So we'll keep an eye on that for you, but nothing going on right now. Tides upcoming 11:25 for the next high tide. Sunset will be at 8:27. Staying dry tonight, and it looks like for the most part a slight chance for showers on Thursday. 40% chance for Friday showers and a few coastal storms in the morning. Better chances on Saturday. Sunday looks to be okay for Father's Day. Temperatures in the upper 80s. Scott?
All right, Bob, thank you. Let's get a check of Suncoast Traffic Watch. There's no crashes in the area that we can find right now, but we are seeing a little bit of traffic backed up on US 41 near Fruitville Road in Sarasota. Otherwise, things looking pretty good tonight. Haley?
Thank you, Scott. In health news tonight, the FDA has approved a new device for the treatment of obesity. It's a manual pump that drains food out of your stomach. Surgeons place the Aspire Assist device by inserting a tube in the stomach through a small abdominal incision. The tube is then connected to a port valve outside of the abdomen. Get this, after finishing a meal, the patient can open the valve and drain stomach contents into the toilet. The manufacturer says the device removes about 30% of food from the stomach before it begins causing weight gain. This is the latest in a series of new options for people who have been unable to lose weight through more traditional methods. Teva Pharmaceutical says it will stop selling its migraine patch treatment Zecurity after users reported burns, skin discoloration, and scars where it was applied. If you have a patch, you are advised not to use it. Zecurity is a disposable battery-powered patch that is worn on the upper arm or thigh for 4 hours to ease migraines. It delivers medicine through the skin. Teva is recalling the patch from pharmacies and is working with the FDA to figure out what is causing these skin reactions. A small MS study is showing some promise. 24 patients in Canada with MS were subjected to strong immunosuppression treatments, including aggressive chemo followed by a stem cell treatment. All of the patients had a poor prognosis and had already tried similar, more conservative MS treatments. This treatment plan went beyond those, completely wiping out the immune system instead of just suppressing it, then rebuilding it from scratch with stem cells. The treatment significantly reduced the onset of disease for 23 out of the 24 patients. One died, and no one suffered a relapse or showed any sign of the disease over a 13-year period. Coming up, more tornadoes are caught on camera ripping through the heartland. And a boy from Central California isn't studying history, he is making it. And it's pretty impressive. We'll explain when we come back.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights.
Did you know you can make an instant harness by simply wrapping the leash around your dog's chest and up through their collar? Contact Canine Corral today about a no-pull harness that will make you smile. Canine Corral, where the love is.
Florida Studio Theater presents the fabulous Lipitones, now held over by popular demand. A high note leaves the Barbershop Quartet without their fourth member just before the national competition. What ensues is a comedy of misunderstanding, stereotypes, and the path to perfect harmony that critics say has laughs galore and gets right to the heart. Buy tickets now by calling 941-366-9000 or visit floridastudiotheater.org.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for a professional installation or a contractor looking for top quality products, Sarasota Glass and Mirror can meet your every need.
For 42 years, Sarasota Glass and Mirror has been the area's premier supplier and installer of quality glass products for your home or business. As an authorized PGT WinGuard dealer, we know how to protect your home with everything from the PGT WinGuard impact-resistant windows and doors to shower enclosures and decorative mirrors. The Sarasota Glass and Mirror team has the knowledge to tackle any project.
Getting older shouldn't mean giving up all the things she loves to do. It should just mean, well, finding new ways to do them. Right at Home's professional team thoughtfully selects caregivers to provide help with personal care, housekeeping, and of course, meal preparation.
Oh, that smells so good. Oh, and it tastes good too.
We can provide the right care right at home.
I'm Dale Mast, and we're celebrating 40 years on the west coast of Florida. It's our 40th anniversary, and it's time for a celebration, the Culligan Hydration Celebration. For a limited time, celebrate by taking $250 off any Culligan home system. That's $250 off Culligan water softener systems, drinking water systems, or whole house water filters. Help us celebrate our 40th anniversary, and remember,
for better water, pure and simple, call today and say, "Hey, Culligan man."
Pomero Shop Furniture. After 66 years in Sarasota, we're still the leader in hard-to-find and custom-made furniture. We have literally thousands of fabrics and patterns to choose from, and our free in-home design consultation will help you create rooms in your home specific to your unique style. Our inventory changes daily, so come in today to see what's new. Plus, anything in our showroom can be part of your home the very next day. Pomero Shop Furniture, now with 3 locations.
Wild weather spawned several tornadoes in the Midwest. One of those twisters caught on camera touching down near a small town in South Dakota yesterday. A second tornado touched down almost an hour later, along with heavy rain, high winds down some trees there. Fortunately, no one was hurt. Twisters were also reported in nearby Minnesota. Rescue workers in California working to save a driver who drove off a cliff in California. That car was found about 30 feet down the cliff in Los Angeles County this morning. Rescue workers scaled the side of the cliff to get the man out of the car. He was eventually taken to the hospital. Condition is not known, but the circumstances surrounding how the car managed to go off the cliff are now under investigation.
A man in Arizona is resting his legs tonight after one of them got caught between a light rail train and a station platform. Paramedics and firefighters had to use the jaws of life to free him. He was taken to the hospital soon after. The light rail returned to service shortly after the incident. Government agencies in the area sent social media messages to remind riders to exercise caution when they're on the light rail platform. A 9-year-old boy braves cold water and big waves and strong currents to swim to one of the most infamous prisons in history. James Savage managed to swim to the island of Alcatraz in a little over 2 hours. His dad actually offered him $100 to make the swim, but when he saw his son was getting tired, he upped the stakes to $200.
I wanted to turn back. They kept on going. I believe in you. You could do it.
And we kind of pushed each other on. I finally got him going. We touched the rock, we turned around, and it was just smooth sailing all the way back home. No trouble at all.
The boy ended up getting his $200 and plans on spending the money on candy. He also is now the youngest person to make the treacherous swim out to Alcatraz. He says his next goal is to swim the length of the Golden Gate Bridge, which is over 8,900 feet.
If I'm not mistaken, there are great white sharks in there.
Oh, geez.
That's what made it's so difficult, that prison, because if you swam,
then
tried to escape,
that's right, if you tried to escape.
Eaten by sharks.
Oh, I hope there aren't any. especially after what we just had happen in Orlando.
Yeah.
Wow, be careful out there.
He made it, though.
Yeah. Still to come on your Suncoast News, staying safe on the football field.
High school coaches may have to change their practice strategies because of new state rules. We'll have the details next.
We are delighted to have Dr. Kaminsky join our team at the Totola Cancer Center.
I'm a radiation oncologist. I was at the National Institutes of Health, most recently at the Medical College of Georgia, specialized in central nervous system cancers, prostate cancers, and other types. At the Totola Cancer Center, we have a level of technology that is second to none.
He has a great wealth of knowledge and shares the same passion that we have for patient care.
My family and I are happy to be here in Sarasota and excited to treat our patients here at the Totola Cancer Center.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
You know what scares me? No electricity. Yeah, when this magical box suddenly stops working, I call the pros at Mr. Sparky and they send a superhero to save the day. How's it going, Pablo?
It's going great, Mike.
Pablo possesses amazing skill. He can perform incredible feats at blinding speed.
Superhero. Couldn't have done it without you.
Modest, too.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Just to be clear, I don't live here.
Hey, I'm really glad that you're taking a few moments to check out this video about the ministry of First Sarasota Downtown Baptist Church. I'm William Hill, lead pastor here at First Sarasota. For the last 15 years, it's been my privilege to share in the life of this faith community, a community that centers itself around faith, friends, and family. Indeed, it is a ministry that's been in existence right here in this wonderful city for over a century.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Pomero Shop Furniture. After 66 years in Sarasota, we're still the leader in hard-to-find and custom-made furniture. We have literally thousands of fabrics and patterns to choose from, and our free in-home design consultation will help you create rooms in your home specific to your unique style. Our inventory changes daily, so come in today to see what's new. Plus, anything in our showroom can be part of your home the very next day. Pomero Shop Furniture, now with 3 locations.